Remember Thug Night. Yeah. Remember Thug Night. Slide through. Better brace yourself. Slide through. Better brace yourself. Remember Thug Night, yeah, you know the name. Pressure hit the block, now it ain't the same. When Moody stepped in, now it's getting deep. Whole hood wide awake, ain't nobody sleep. Blue jacket gleaming on the street like glow. Bass hit hard, yeah, you already know. Talk was loud yesterday, now it's quiet today. Whole block watching, see how it play. Remember Thug Night, yeah, he bring that heat. Bass knock heavy, feel it in the street. Blue jacket on, moving through the night. Game locked down, everything inside. Remember Thug Night, don't forget the name. Every move precise, never playing games. Talk box led while the baseline bleeds. Pressure keep rising, yeah, we block that CD. No turning back, nah, no second guess. Every move sharp, yeah, we aim for best. Talk box crying, melody cut clean. 808 slamming like a movie scene. You was live before, now the beat talk back. Heavy bass rolling, yeah, we stay on track. Step by step, every move got weight. When the lights come on, better stand up straight. DJ cut, let the talk box glide. Every corner feel it when he slide. No fear, no stall, staying 10 toes. When the lights hit bright, everybody knows. Remember Thug Night. Name ring loud. Remember Thug Night. Name ring loud. Remember Thug Night. Remember Thug Night. Name ring loud.
Hey, what's up, Izzy Taylor?
Remember Thug Night. Name ring loud. Blue jacket moving, stand out the crowd. Heavy bass knock, talk box lead. Pressure keep building till we all succeed. Remember Thug Night, yeah, it's locked in tight. Every move clean, every step precise. When the beat fade out, still hear that sound. Bass knock slow as it fades to the ground.
The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?
Good morning, beautiful people. How you doing today? What's up, Taylor Indra? What is up? Thank you so much for always popping in. Thank you so much, Kiki Boss, for popping in. Listen, I went to the beach. Over this weekend, and yeah, I get sun-kissed. Yeah, thank you. The beach was amazing. Kiki, listen, I was looking for your message in Discord. I did not see you DM me. Can you write a message in the main chat? And then I'll DM you from there. Can you do that? It's shit's finna get crazy and chaotic in the Discord. Okay, it is. All right, like motherfuckers been saying I'm out for the count, all this other stuff. No, I'm just not losing no more channels dealing with these people. I can afford to lose a Discord account. It ain't like the server owner of my Discord is not a burner account and I got other people in it. So an account is an account on Discord. You're not gonna take my goddamn server. And we're going to get on to business later today, okay? But right now, I want to be a little bit more intellectual and polished. And let's go ahead and get to the docket, okay? This is a docket, true crime docket, where we're going to be focusing on Karmelo Anthony and Nolan Wells. Today is Nolan Wells' birthday, by the way. Happy heavenly birthday, Nolan Wells. First up, Karmelo Anthony. Won't he do it? Karmelo Anthony's dream team scores major win after arguing judge was biased. Judge removed from case as he fight for a new trial. My thing is this dream team that Karmelo Anthony has, where was they during the trial? Where was they, you know, why did they come rushing to help him when it's almost too late. That's what I really don't like about black people. I'm sorry, I'm black and I know it. We don't help each other until we're in prison or until somebody's unalive. Otherwise, I ain't got no money. I can't do nothing for you. I ain't got no time for you. But neither here nor there. At least he got a dream team that people really want. Now, there's two motions that Karmelo Anthony filed. First was a motion to recuse Judge Roach, which I'm actually surprised is granted. But then again, I'm not surprised it's granted because Texas, Collins County is no different than Jackson, Mississippi. Those are the Proud Boys, heavily involved with the KKK, and they don't care about no systemic errors. I really feel like with Judge Roach being removed from this case, obviously, I'm pretty sure the Metcalfs went crazy. I would love to have been there to see the Metcalfs' face, knowing that they raised a crackhead, a juvenile delinquent that spray painted graffiti, a bully, a racist bully at that picked on this little boy and got poked the fuck up. People are saying that Karmelo Anthony has a right to a fair trial, self-defense. I'm not saying that Karmelo is 100% innocent. What I'm saying is Karmelo Anthony is entitled to a fair trial. A part of the reason why Judge Roach was recused is because things happened during the trial. Like he took out the overlap room and he made it very hard for anybody to come and see what was happening behind chambers. There was a lot of documents that was filed in the case that Judge Roach did not allow to go into the court record in the system because he knew YouTubers and social media personalities and stuff was out there pulling up those documents and giving valid predictions. One document in particularly, it was called the Gentleman's Agreement, which was discussed in chambers between Toby Shooks, the defense, as well as the prosecutors. This Gentleman Agreement basically exempted character from being mentioned. Character about Karmelo Anthony and character about the Metcalf twins. I'm like, how the hell can you go and claim self-defense if you're not going to testify for yourself or if your character is not going to come into question? For instance, part of Karmelo Anthony's character is that he wasn't really trained to fight. We seen the video when he was like, when he said, I told him not to put his hands on me. I was like, oh, this is not a fighter. This is somebody who was probably more than likely legitimately scared. And fear is based on your anecdotal experience in life. If Karmelo Anthony never got into a fight, never was like, and I'm not saying he never got into a fight, but these are two big ass meaty white boys weighing over 200 pounds, both of them, plus their posses of black boys that want to be like them and want to be in the in crowd and, shucking and jiving and all this other stuff. So I feel like he has a right to a fair trial and Judge Roach need to remove himself. Judge Roach also shared the Metcalf's GoFundMe when this case first happened. That's when the judge, the beautiful African-American woman, was over the case before the case got transferred to Judge Roach. He shared the Metcalf's GoFundMe on his personal Facebook page and then privated it later. So I don't understand why that wasn't mentioned in the motion to recuse. That motion to recuse should have been filed before the trial even occurred. He shouldn't even been over this case at all. Okay, what's going on? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Don't even argue with that person. Pop said, how much haterade did you drink today? I can't see that person, so go ahead and block that person. That person intentionally blocked me so I can't see what they're saying in my chat. Definitely a hater. Don't even entertain them. Block them. Get up out of here. We don't care. It'd probably be she paints on a burner. Donkey Kong with a thong gone. Pixie does. Hey, Denot Mods in chat. Hey, Kiki. Do you love me? I ain't even gonna lie, I've been thinking about that song every time I see you pop up here. Shout out to you guys. So I want to say that, unfortunately, I was pretty much going through a shadow ban for streaming the Christian Rock boxing match when I covered the Karmelo Anthony case. Everything that they're saying or said, I was on this case during the trial as if I was in the courtroom. Like I literally was giving information from social media posts and things that would happen inside the courtroom like I should have been there. And I want to make sure you guys understand how deep in the game I was with this Karmelo Anthony case. I'm the first person that was like, Karmelo Carmelo Anthony needs to file a motion for new trial. On June the 11th, I put out information about Hunter's character and how he was threatening to beat up cheerleaders with his punk ass. June the 26th, I reposted this, but on June the 11th, I'm the first person that tagged Dominique Alexander and said that Carmelo Anthony needs... Oh, let me make sure you guys said, yeah, Carmelo Anthony needs to move for a motion for new trial. If Carmelo Anthony's new legal team is serious about winning post-conviction relief, they should consider pursuing a motion for new trial based on newly discovered evidence, post-trial development, and testimony the jury never heard, aka character evidence about the Metcalf boys, including himself. This will at least give them a chance to perfect the record for proper evidence and review on appeal. Now, okay, here's photographs of Carmelo Anthony suffering a shoulder injury that should have been presented, but guess what? Judge Roach and them behind the chamber said, oh, we can't present any evidence that he had a shoulder injury because this is about his character. We can't present any evidence about him having a head injury because this is about his character. And this said, no, this is actually medical information. And for some reason, the medical examiners did not want to testify, I believe, because it was coercion and racism. And that is not character. That is medical issues. And this whole motion for new trial and this gentleman agreement, and specifically, shout out to Mike Howard, the lawyer who wrote a long, detailed declaration that was attached to the motion for new trial, explaining why Carmelo Anthony's shoulder injury, his medical history was not brought up, why Mike Howard did not properly cross-examine all those kids that were lying on behalf of the Metcalf twins, acting like that they was not a bull, that they was not a victim of anything like that. Not only did Judge Roach come out and show and display his racism and incompetence to stand over this trial, but also Jeff Metcalf came out, called Carmelo Anthony a watermelon felon. I know his ass was fucking fucking furious, knowing that you gotta now go in front of another judge and don't know who that judge is and don't have no personal connection with that said judge. Judge Roach is accused of child abuse towards kids. He's sitting up there looking like a basset hound with eyeliner and makeup on his face like JD Vance looking ass nigga. So yeah, I'm the first person who's like, hey, they need to go ahead and do a motion for new trial. I also pointed out that this video, this Frisco ISD video that was used in this case was masked, and I went and I did a whole video and showcase how there's, I called it invisible people, and people laugh, but that was my terminology. But in Hollywood, it's called masking. Say for instance, you guys see the Pantene commercials to where you be like, how the hell is the hair straight up? Like, you can go and mask and duplicate something and remove strands of hair and remove whole people, but if you don't do a really good job, you can see shadows of the people that are, you know, moving around and etc. And I actually called that out, and people was like, oh, he's lying, he's crazy. The same way I said on June the 8th that Carmelo Anthony was set to testify in his own case, which is proven to be true via the declaration of Mike Howard, and that Hunter Metcalf was evading a subpoena, which proved to be true via a declaration by Mike Howard, how they was not trying to, or that gentleman's agreement prohibited them from calling Hunter into question about his own character as well as his brother. So I'm glad them crackers is eating their words and sitting there having to deal with this over again, because God don't like ugly, and Austin Metcalf was is white man's George Floyd. First, his autopsy said that he, you know, died with Molly and fentanyl in his system, and then that was removed by the time the trial came, and the person who conducted the toxicology report and autopsy, well, no, the person who did the autopsy, finalized it, came and testified that, you know, the 3.5-inch blade is what took his life. But the person who did the toxicology report which is a little bit separate, did not testify about that because the public already know and had already seen the documentation of Austin Metcalf having Fetty Wap and MDMA in his system in addition to the stab. Okay, you got all these drugs in your system, your blood pressure is up, your heart is racing, you up there like a raging bull, and now it takes a little poke and your heart pop like a balloon. And, you know, I don't condone no violence and I don't condone any of that. But guess what? There's a thing called self-defense and that needs to be properly litigated. So here's a video I did, and I'm going to play a little snippet about the quote-unquote invisible people. I called them invisible people, and then I got ridiculed for it. And then I came out and showed you guys the technology. I hope and I pray you guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing. There are invisible people walking around because this footage is so edited. It's beyond the scope of just pixelation and you can't make out. And mind you, this is posted on June the 19th. 10 days after the trial, after Karmelo Anthony got sentenced. And when I read the motion for new trial, I don't understand why they didn't question this video. I'm pretty sure they put enough information in there to like at least get a motion for new trial granted. But at the end of the day, if this motion for new trial is not granted, which I don't believe is going to be granted simply because they're racist, it's going to be whatever evidence that they attach to that motion for new trial will then collectively become a part of the record on appeal. I did not see them point out and specify anything about his medical history. I didn't see them specify or challenge the authenticity of this video, which are big issues for me, because if they would have did those two things, it would have made the motion for new trial stronger, and even on appeal made the appeal stronger. You would have more grounds and more things to talk about. The more the better when your life is at risk and your freedom is at risk. But anyways, who is who? It's heavily edited. Like, why would you release this? Look at these invisible people. Look, there's somebody invisible walking. Hello. We done seen about 10 invisible people. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is like the Kanika Jenkins footage. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay. All right. You guys, right here is an invisible person walking. Do you see that invisible person? You can see it clear as day. Do you see that invisible person? That's not pixelation. That's not, you know, that's somebody invisible walking and blurring into the rest of this blurry shit, bro. Like, who you think you playing with? Cause we can zoom in too. Like, you got invisible people walking around and you want us to believe that ain't nothing happened underneath this tent. That should not be questioned. This video alone is grounds for, this is not credible evidence. There are invisible people. Look, invisible people right there, even at the edge of it. This is why they cut it the way that they cut it. There's somebody right here on the opposite side of this fence that's looking in and engaging, but this person is invisible. Now pay attention. Let me blow this up 1 second. Oh, let me go back a little bit. Y'all can see all them people moving around. Look. All right. Look at that invisible person right there outside the fence. Who is that? Come on, man. You can't tell. You cannot play with me. Who is this outside the fence moving? And y'all got this cut right there when that person is moving. Done blurred him out to where this person up here ain't even got a leg. 1 second. Sorry. Come on. Come on, man. Who y'all playing with? Y'all really, Judge Roach, you really gonna release some footage like this, bro? You really gonna stand beside this and say that you're retiring in 6 months and act like we dumb out here? Bro, we see invisible people. Look at these invisible people walking right there. Somebody boop, boop, boop. Somebody walking out here. Somebody's up there. Now this person is halfway invisible, halfway chipped up, looking like a roach off of Men in Black that was at the bar drinking and smoking a cigarette. Like, come on. There's somebody walking with an umbrella. That's just totally blurred. This has nothing to do with pixelation in itself. This has everything to do with heavy editing and a pixelation on top of it to hide all of this evidence. This person ain't even got no top body. Come on, man. Who y'all think y'all playing with? Man, get out of here. So we can't even make him out. We can't make nothing out back there, bro.
See, that's the thing about the knot. Like, I got evergreen content. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just finna play this for y'all to show y'all why the motion for new trial should be granted. But again, they did not make an issue with this video. The knot did some Inspector Gadget, Sherlock Holmes shit. Exactly, I did. I'm just finna play this. This is the video right here. Okay, I'm just finna play this.
Come on, man. Judge Roach, why would you release this and think we dumb? Ain't nobody dumb but you, Neanderthal. Right, we see plenty Caspers in the picture. They got this boy locked up on account of some evidence like this, yo. If I would have went to that court case and I seen this, I would have called this shit out from the jump. It don't take no rocket science to see these invisible people. People walking with no backs. People, like, what is that? The umbrella blanked out. That person has an umbrella. You can see this print of it. That's it. Because it's raining. And they didn't want y'all to know it was raining. And that's why he was underneath the tent. They wanted to, remember they were testifying saying it wasn't raining. Why people got umbrellas, bro? Why the ground wet? Like, yo, you can't make none of these people out. The fuck out of here. I wish somebody would play some evidence like this on me. Is you cool? Bro, we're not buying this. This is not beyond a reasonable doubt. Then y'all gonna take this man's statement and say, I did it. The fuck? And use that against him, topple with this right here, man. That's some bullshit. This is a systemic injustice. Look, this person got on the yellow what? Can't even make him out nothing but the yellow. Just sat right there. This is tampered. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause it. Okay, we 611. How I go from this all the way to that, bro? Invisible. Ain't nobody invisible here. Matter of fact, this footage right here is further back. This footage is further back, and we can clearly see these people. We can clearly see the yellow. We can see all of that before y'all started cutting into it and hiding people and shit. Bro, y'all, who y'all playing with, man? Y'all really think niggas is dumb these days, bro? Nah, we not dumb, bro. We not. We know technology too. So what Indian man that you done hired to botch this shit up? And if I'm not mistaken, Mike Howard actually questioned the person who presented this video and asked him why the tent was darker and why Karmelo was highlighted. Look, there's an invisible person right there that went underneath the tent. Did y'all see that? Hold on, man, come on. Why y'all hiding bodies, bro? Yo, okay, look, dead in the middle of the tent. You gonna see somebody pull up and sit right there. But that person gone, though. Oh, hold on. Let me go back a little bit more. Right there. Boop, boop, boop. Now you going to sit right there in front of the person with the yellow. But he gone, though, and the yellow is blurred out. Like, come on, man. And then this person right here blurred out. And then when this person passed this other person, they blurred out. That one, the head blurs out even more. Man, get out of here. Y'all done sent this man to prison for 35 years and gonna release this shit, bro. Judge Roach, your legacy is going down. I know you had a lot of pressure on you from the police and shit like that. We gonna treat you like you the new age Hugo Black.
And that went over people's head. Like, y'all gotta understand, boy, I know my history. Hugo Black is the judge that, first of all, that judge granted the Vietnam's people reparations after he locked them up. But Hugo Black is the judge that determined Terry versus Ohio, which started this stop and frisk case. Hugo Black went from KKK Klan rallies in Alabama all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the police officers, aka the KKK, was putting pressure on him to make a decision that inherently went against black people. And now with that stop and frisk shit in 2026, white folks want to cry about it, even though us niggas have had to deal with it and get used to it. Now they want to rally and cry and shit. Okay, white people in America are so fucking slow. They don't understand that these laws and stuff that's making it hard for us, it might make you and give you some type of temporary peace, but it's gonna come back and bite you too. Because systemic racism and racist white people are like the Zionist Jews. Either you are fully down with them or you're not, even if you are still the same complexion or even the same religion. They don't give a fuck. They will throw you and cast you to the side if you got one or two black friends. Hugo Black, Judge Roach is the new age Hugo Black. That's why he got up off of that case. But then again, and I'm gonna say this right now, just because Judge Roach was recused, I'm pretty sure that was a backdoor deal between the judge who determined the motion and Judge Roach, and they probably already got the paperwork in the case law research and stuff because they got their mind made up and they don't want to hear from Karmelo Anthony's attorneys. Karmelo Anthony, I definitely believe that motion for new trial, and I could be wrong, but I know how systemic racism works. I feel like that motion for new trial is going to be denied, and which it should be granted. Then the appeals court is going to have to deal with it, but that's years down the line. And next thing you know, there's another Nolan Wells times 4 or 5 different cases. By the time Karmelo Anthony's appeal is addressed, the public pretty much probably gonna forget about him. Not forget about him in the sense to where we don't care. It's just so much going on. And that man's life is in danger. I told y'all that. They even tried to send Karmelo Anthony to a whole nother state, to Huntsville, where Austin Metcalf cousin work at. Man, they trying to unalive Karmelo Anthony. And especially after Judge Roach got out the case, man, let them grant a motion for new trial, man. I feel like that man's life is in danger. Let them. He's on bar. I feel like Karmelo Anthony's life is in danger every single day. He sit up there in the cracker jail and in the prisons. All that bullshit he did to black men in the Supreme Court before he got up out of there. Just like you, Judge Roach. Hugo Black went from Alabama lynching niggas and all that from the Senate all the way to the Supreme Court. You just made it as a judge. The only person that you can talk to and had to get permission from Ken Paxton to release this shit. Nigga, what kind of judge actually released evidence in a case that's still ongoing? Right. You just violated the canons. He did. Like this piece of evidence is a piece of evidence that's in the record and on appeal. You usually have to wait until the appeal is over. I mean, if you're going to release this critical piece of evidence that's still being litigated on appeal, you should have released this shit from the get-go. You should have released it instead of having people to go sign up at Frisco ISD to see the video that they say is very different from this. This is not the same shit that they seen. I wish I would have went to Frisco ISD and seen this video back then. I would have pointed out these invisible people and this technology a long time ago. And Karmelo Anthony, his family, and Mike Howard and them, they would have caught wind of the technology and they would have been able to properly dissect and discredit this video. And this video, again, has not been raised as an issue in a motion for new trial. This is, no. Well, a motion for new trial is based on newly discovered evidence. I will say that. So challenging this video right here is something that's an issue that happened at trial that needs to be raised on appeal. So I'm wrong in the sense of saying that they should have brought this up during the motion for new trial. They would have like pretty much got a judge like Judge Roach, these racist motherfucker, regardless of everything is said, they would have focused in on them challenging this video and say this is not an issue on a motion for new trial. You got to take that up on appeal, and they would have ignored everything else. So it was smart for them not to bring it up. I want to correct myself in real time. And maybe, just maybe, they didn't bring up Karmelo Anthony's injuries, like shoulder injuries and suffering from epilepsy, because not only that it was character, but they probably did
try to get the evidence in court, and it was objected due to this character issue, and they have to take that up on appeal about evidence that was submitted, but then, oh snap. Okay, cool. Woo. Evidence that was submitted, but then not considered. It was some other stuff, something else. Oh, this is Eddie, little bitch ass. Eddie is like is he in the same boat as Warren Hudson and Bart and all of them. This bitch ass nigga right here. You're not gonna have a good time wherever you go. Rather it's Texas, no matter where you go, we see you. You got some distinctful tattoos, and you're a little itty bitty ass nigga. Nigga beat the shit out you for playing with them. Oh yeah, here's why I broke down the technology. I want y'all to see this before I move on.
The Carmelo Anthony video is heavily edited. It has mask on it. It is not the original authentic footage. And
look
so
at this.
I'm going to introduce you guys to a certain type of technology that has existed, but is new to the general public. And I know this technology exists because I had to use it on my own short film.
Hey guys, in today's tutorial I will show you how to remove anything from your videos.
Okay, so right there. See how when he removes this object from the video, it creates like a
Tutorial I will show you how
it creates like a smudge, and you can see that something has been removed, and there's some type of artificial background inseminated to compensate for what has been removed. And if you're not trained, your naked eye cannot see it.
Y'all see
Okay,
that?
you can see like a blur and a smudge here. So let me go back to, and if you look closely, it look like a ghost. Something is there and is being hidden for whatever reason, whatever purposes.
So the first thing I'm going to do is select the video clip and go to the wand tool here and just add a magnetic mask. This feature is only on the new Final Cut Pro version 11. So if you don't have it, then you'll probably need to update Final Cut Pro. And then let's click on the subject and then click Analyze. This will track the subject and create a mask. Up here, let's click Done. So now it's removed the background. So we want to go up here, click Invert Mask. So it removes the person. Now let's copy and paste our video clip. And on the bottom layer, now let's go to the Transform tool here. And if we move the video across, it's basically just replacing it with the same video. And on shots like this, it'll work really well.
And as you guys can see, like there's
Let me go ahead and requote this.
still like an outline of that person there, and it will look like invisible people because it has been chroma keyed and outlined to be removed.
So it's not going to work on every
Okay.
video clip, but for quick shots, it actually works quite well. We still have an outline of the person here. So if we click the top video clip and on the feather on the mask, if we turn the feather up, it's going to get rid of that outline. And now if I play that back to the untrained eye, it's pretty hard to spot that we've just added a mask there and replaced the video.
Can't
I've also
see
created a
shit.
plugin which makes it even quicker to remove objects and people. So if you already have the effects expansion pack, I'm going to add this plugin to that pack. So to get it, you just need to download the pack again to get the update. Drag this onto my video and then select the part of the video that I want to remove and just click Analyze up here. So now it's going to track that mask on the video and then we can click Done. And straight away, it already does a pretty good job of removing the subject. We just need to go over the settings here. If we go down to the feather at the bottom.
And you see how like he's removed this subject, but it looks like only because we know he's removed the subject, when this guy's moving his hand, it'll look pixelated or it'll look distorted simply because the person who did the chroma key don't have the technology to go in or don't have the patience or for whatever reason didn't smooth this out. So when you see an edited video, you will actually see real people looking like they got different extensions or some type of pixelation when punches and shit are thrown because they're going in and chroma keying and editing out real people. This is why it's hard to see what happened underneath that tent. Not only was it darkened, but people underneath that tent and all over the stadium was removed out.
Dog, I'm really the fucking GOAT. I'm really the GOAT. Like, just going back, looking at this and how this is just timeless. You can't even question this. Like, you can't even poke holes in what I'm saying. Nigga, that's how much goated up I am. I'm really the fucking GOAT. Like, nobody else, everybody else is talking about Everybody else is on bullshit and talking about how they feel and systemic racism and all that other shit that you can hear anywhere and everybody gonna say. But nobody has the unique angles, the vision, the reporting skills that I have, nigga. I'm the fucking goat out here, nigga.
This video. And so people tried to attack me, these racist people, and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, let me show you guys. Here's a clear example.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is like the Kanika Jenkins footage. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay. All right. You guys, right here is an invisible person walking. Do you see that invisible person? Do you see that invisible person?
Okay.
That's not pixelation. That's not
It's not pixelation at
people.
all.
People.
It is someone putting a mask over this footage and removing whole human beings and doing so many at one time to where you're sloppy and you're not cleaning up the shadows.
And I'm in Hollywood and I know this
Is what you're
technology.
Person walking. Do you see that invisible person? Do you see that invisible person? That's not pixelation, people.
Okay.
That's not.
All right, so I know a lot of racist white people want to call me dumb and stupid and all this other shit. And this is
Look, nigga, this is why, like, oh, Denat, you lost a channel. Nigga, I can upload some shit that I did on Chris Sean 2 years ago and get back in the algorithm. Nigga, I'm finna download and upload this video and show people what's good. Cause they wasn't listening. I hate that I'm always ahead of my time, nigga. Niggas do not listen to me. And by the time it's time for them to listen, I'm fucking angry and mad because I wasn't listened to. Like this shit right here, nobody else is on. Nobody else pointed this out. And I posted this back in June. 2 months ago, and ain't nobody else on this. Nobody.
it's not just happening in a video with Karmelo Anthony. It happened also, contrary to popular belief, it happened during the Jeffrey Epstein suicide. Somebody went in there and they edited them out of the video. This is another clear example of, some creditor being stabbed 25 times in the jail. But I don't know if you guys see that these men are visible, and this person who's editing this video is taking all the police out of it so that they can't even be identified. See how this person is walking and then they reappear because they don't want you to see that. And even though there's another person, even though these people have been edited out of the video, you still can see the railing and somewhat the background with what they're doing. Okay. And then here's another video, the Kanika Jenkins video. That was
Nigga, I'm impressed. Look how I just looped all this shit together and made it so easy to understand. It doesn't take rocket science.
Anyway, and people were removed when people were sitting on these stairs. And it was weird. We had to see shadows on the ground. There's technology to pick up the shadows. There's technology to remove whole cars out of videos. You can remove any and everything out of a video. This technology has existed ever since Marilyn Monroe, and typical people just don't understand. They don't get it. Okay, let me go here. And then you see like shadows and multiple things distorted on the floors because the people moved out. Look, you see the shadow behind Kanika Jenkins?
Yeah, look at the shadow.
Because
they edited that whole person out.
And this is why it's such a bad quality, because if it was the actual quality of the video, you would be able to look at it. So they got to mask it on top of masking, on top of masking, on top of masking these videos. Okay. So why does it
Ladies and gentlemen, this is like the Kanika Jenkins footage. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay. All right. You guys, right here is an invisible person walking. Do you see that invisible person? Do you see that invisible person?
I cracked the
That's
case.
not pixelation. That's not
I literally cracked the case.
And if you go to the tent video, which I'm going to go to in a little bit, you will see that there's bodies removed, there's arms, there's hand, there's these things that remove, and it just looked like somebody, like almost like somebody's spirit is coming out of their body, right? That's what it kind of looked like once they're removing things and cannot fully remove an arm that is actually connecting to the other person, and that just looks like a shadow or some type of pixelation around that particular individual. So I'm showing you guys technology in real time that I believe has been used quite a bit of times, heavily by law enforcement, and also at times when they want to paint a certain narrative. And we're not dumb. We're not going to be falling for any of that. So let me go back to the footage of underneath the tent, and you guys can also see things being edited underneath this tent as well. See all of that? See all of that shit that look like shadows? That's That's what
All
they
that's
want you to see. They
edited.
chroma keyed out people. They chroma keyed out people to the point to where when they climbed up from the memorial tent, you couldn't even see them. Which way they went, they just disappeared. Like they didn't run after him and up those bleachers. Like he was way up there by himself. And nobody was right there harming him. You see, now look when everybody else leave out the bleachers. You don't see nobody else going up or even running after him besides Eddie, who is filming and recording the incident. So all of this is edited. All of this is layered with multiple masks. There's somebody walking past. Their whole body is like a shadow.
Whole
because
head gone.
They don't want people to be seen, identified. This is not authentic representation of what actually occurred. And again, I've showed you guys the technology behind it. So go and call somebody else.
And mind you, this is why Frisco ISD released a master grid footage. They didn't go and single out that one camera that showed what happened. They went to the master grid that had about, let's say 40 cameras, and they took that master grid and zoomed into one. And they did that specifically because they wanted to justify why all of this was pixelated and not clear.
Else dumb. I know what I know. Okay, there's people down here in front of the gate that's being chroma keyed out. There's people walking past. There's people, look right there. You'll see there's somebody walking past down there.
Man, y'all niggas stop
there's
stop
somebody-
playing with me, nigga. I'm the fucking go to this shit, bro. Dead ass download video. Download this shit. Nigga, I'm finna re-upload this shit and make my money since my channel indexed again.
Right here walking past that's clearly been chroma keyed out because on top of this bad grainy shit, this is artificial technology. This is not legit. This is not something that I would see or something that I would count on to claim beyond a reasonable doubt. But on the other hand, if you got witnesses that are young and that care about the representation and standard or probably even jealous of you, like an Edwin Para who claimed that he didn't know Karmelo Anthony and tried to lie about his whole dealing with.
So yeah, man, that's the thing, man. When you go back and take a look at your work, you'll be proud of yourself. I didn't know how spot on I was killing it, nigga. See why them crackers, you know what they did to me online? Okay, I can download it right here. You know what they did to me? He's in Brazil. I'm like, what the fuck? That's another issue that needs to be understood. How the fuck did Elon Musk and X reclassify and relocate me? I didn't update my profile to tell where I was. Shit, I shouldn't have to use a VPN for these social media profiles or just automatically update my location. Bitch, I didn't do that. Don't tell me where I'm at. Don't invade my motherfucking privacy. And then on top of that, it's one thing for the social media platforms to invade my privacy, but they actually published it publicly where everybody can see where I was. I'd have sued on crackers.
With him and his relationship with him, threw him under the bus and acting like he didn't know why he was underneath the tent and shit like that when you have a whole relationship with them. This is the picture of Karmelo and Anthony chilling together.
Karmelo, Anthony, and Eddie is what I meant. So, y'all, and today is also Nolan Wells' birthday. We know them crackers gonna do and whatever they need to do to hide facts and to demonize black people because that's what they do. Okay, like these people, these racist white people are always trying to figure out new ways to perpetuate their racism and make black people look like demons and bad. When in actuality, talking about the black on black crime and all this shit, like you see what the fuck happened to Charlie Kirk, niggas is not playing. Even the white folks tired of their own white people shit, bro. Dead ass. And I don't wish harm on nobody or anything like that, but yeah, man. None of this. Submit ratings. I'm finna upload this video. And then I'm finna contact the family, Karmelo Anthony's family, because I'm the first nigga that was in touch with the people outside the courthouse and all that other stuff. I just wasn't getting no fucking views because I was shadow banned. And I was like, well, let Lakeisha Gale and all of them do it. And still, none of them can't even touch. Ain't even touch. I didn't even touch what I did, my investigation research. I see something with the Nolan Wells case. Let me cover this. Ding, ding, ding. What happens to Nolan Wells? Biloxi boy cooking and fishing, selling Biloxi. Avon Warren, the step siblings. Her father's married to Warren's biological mother. I wonder why Warren called her his friend. That is a girl when they were step siblings. Was Warren talking about a party at Ava home, or was he talking about a party at? Oh, well, the rabbit hole goes deep, man. That's a shame what happened to Nolan Wells, man. They always trying to figure out a way to cover it up, man. We done seen this so many times. Sandra Bland cover up, and then they want to say you're a conspiracy theorist if you call them out on their shit. Sandra Bland cover up. Ronald Green. See, when the police unalive Ronald Green over in South Carolina, and they said that my sister died in a single car accident, I was like, police had something to do with this. This is a tactic that they use. These racist white people and these police officers, you can't teach an old dog a new trick. They got them Proud Boys tactics down to the T, and they keep on doing that shit. Oh, thank you. Maybe touch Christian. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at some stuff behind the scenes. But yeah, y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also come to the Discord because it's gonna get real toxic and real ugly in that bitch. Why do YouTube shadow ban so much? Well, YouTube shadow banned me because I don't know if you remember, but I had about 1,500 people for that Christian Rock boxing match, and I got a copyright strike in real time. That's why when that lady was over there with the Clarissa Shield boxing match, and when Perry and Sherelle stole Zeus Network content, I already seen what was finna happen. And when you get a copyright strike on a big ass video, like, cause you feed the algorithm, and you got, like, for instance, Perry and Sherelle, they got like 300,000 views off of that. They got 300,000 views off of stealing Zeus Network content, right? And then my whole thing is, you wondering why they go down to 2.6K views and for a 5-hour video with 700,000 subscribers, and you got 2.6K views in 24 hours. It's because she shadow banned. Okay, she shadow banned is what the fuck is happening over here. Stole Zeus Network content, thought you were gonna get you some money to go to the casino, and Zeus Network is finna sue them for $2 million. Y'all think I'm lying? I'm not lying. Yes, Zeus Network is finna sue Perry and Sherelle for $2 million for stealing their content. That guy lost so much weight in 2 weeks, it's eating him alive. Oh, you talking about Warren? Yeah, Warren looks like a scarecrow. He looks like a scarecrow. Lachey said, Donat is so underrated. I'm not underrated. I'm defamed. And people are programmed and brainwashed to believe I'm crazy, a psycho with a straitjacket and all this other shit so that they don't listen to me. But guess what? My platform is not shadow banned. I'm not finna violate no rules, no regulations. The next time a true crime case pop up, bitch, you gonna see who lead the charge. You're going to see who lead the charge. And I'm coming for necks, heads, bodies, shoulders, everything. It's going to be just like the Mahogany Jackson and the Naziah Harris. I'm the GOAT in this bitch. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I love ya. Make sure you come to the Discord. Link in the comment section below. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?